Congratulations. I'm going to bring on our first guest, and this is a dear friend of ours. She lives in North Carolina along with her husband. He runs a dental practice. But Becky Kitzmiller, she's got her PhD and master's in nursing from Duke University. She has over 35 years experience in leading in the military and the civilian life as well as the academic healthcare. And she's currently a professor there at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, teaching master's and doctorate level School of Nursing. I mean, pretty profound, right? She focuses on teaching her students about healthcare and quality improvement, change management, and technology use in healthcare settings. And her research, she's also doing ongoing research on how to better basic overall healthcare with the staff members that she's with, and then also healthcare innovations. And I asked Becky this afternoon if she would be willing to come on here. She shared a couple of years ago, but it's been a couple of years, and she comes with such profound a background and credibility that her testimony really carries a lot of weight. So Becky, if you would, go ahead and share.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for welcoming me so wonderfully today. I always appreciate listening to the product presentation, and I learn something new each time. So I too, just like Peggy's guest, I too was very skeptical. Part of that is, as a nurse scientist, we're trained to look at the evidence. And one of the challenges in the nutraceutical industry is being able to generate clinical trials. So I actually used my relationship with Guy and Elka to observe their health and wellness, and to listen to their stories of the people that have come to love the CILI product. And so here was my issue. I am almost 60, and as a retired Army person, I'm still very active, struggling to be physically fit as the body ages. And probably, Guy, was it probably a year before COVID hit, I was
Yes.
having ongoing, incredible upper body muscular pain that would result in these blazing headaches, which would literally incapacitate me from being able to be in front of students, from being able to, go to the hospital and work on my research projects. I would stretch out on the floor and rest for 20 minutes, take a handful of Motrin, and go to the hospital and try and hang on. It was really kind of a miserable 6 months. And I got to the point where I couldn't tolerate the Motrin anymore, like GI wise. The upset stomach was just incredible. So, drinking Mylanta and all these other things and eating Tums all the time, it just was ridiculous. And I was out on a ski trip with Guy and Elka, and Elka, I think, I can't remember which one of you, brought out the samples and said, "That's it. Samples, 2 a day while you're with us, take these." And I thought, what do I have to lose, right? And so I started taking that. By the end of our 6 days together, was convinced, signed up for, not the starter. I can't remember which one I signed up for. Signed up, took it home, started taking it, and I've been taking it ever since. So not only did I find that with continued stretching and exercise, within about 90 days, my muscular tension problems resolved. I wasn't waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning with headaches, and rarely have headaches now. I can give myself a headache if I carry a backpack. So that's one of those things that I just don't do anymore. The second thing I noticed was the change in my skin was amazing. And all I did was take I won't call it plain old Swish because I don't think it's plain, but I just took Swish. And I noticed that sort of the aging, scaly things that start to show up resolved, and they have not come back. And, I've been taking Swish now for 6 years. And then the last thing that happened is I have, from years and years and years of combat boots and long distance running, have incredible cramps in my feet. I still occasionally get those if I'm not smart about switching out my shoes every day, but calf cramps, foot cramps that would happen all day long at any point in time gone, and it's amazing. So my regimen now is that I take Swish in the morning and I take Ageless at night before I go to bed. I'm about at that point where I am interested in improving my sleep. Not that I have hot flashes anymore, but I am a restless sleeping individual. And so Guy has been coaching me on thinking about maybe taking sleep and now I'm going to draw a blank. Tell me the name of the one that Calm, Calm?
The serenity.
Serenity. Thank you.
Yeah.
Serenity. Taking those two together as a way to sort of unwind my brain from
Yeah.
the list and the do and the running around. And so I'm looking forward to starting that new regimen.
Awesome, Becky. What has been the best benefit overall? I mean, we talk specifics a lot of time, but
Yeah.
in your day-to-day life, what's been the best benefit for you?
Um, it has to be the headache. So as I said, with all of the Motrin taking and thing, I have come to find out that I have a hiatal hernia. And one of the reasons why I never settled on a vitamin is because I can't tolerate them, any of them. It doesn't matter if it's a liquid form. I think I could probably eat a chewable Flintstones, but there's not enough nutrients in that. And as we all know, that stuff just passes out the other end. Any of those solid pills, and I know this as a nurse, and I won't tell you how I know this, but I know this as a nurse, that it goes in and it comes out almost in its same form. Like it's very, very difficult for our bodies to break down those super hard rock pills. And they just transit right on out. And so you've just wasted however many $30 you've spent on a month's
That's right.
supply of Centrum. They just leave you. I did want to mention that another thing is I did take the time to look in the medical literature about the idea of nanosizing, and it is absolutely well founded that nano-sized particles are absorbed, and they are absorbed through the mucous membrane of your mouth and your GI system. So there's a reason why holding Swish in your mouth works so well. It's because all the blood vessels are present in your mouth, and the nano size allows it to cross the mucous membrane.
Awesome. Thank you for
So
sharing that. Yeah,
you're welcome.
people start taking this and we tell them to swish it for a full minute. And oftentimes they're, 15 seconds is a long time, right? So a minute is like an eternity. But after you've been doing this for a while, believe me, you want to be swishing for like 2, 3, 5 minutes. You find yourself walking around the house,
You
still got
do.
it
Yep.
off because you want to make sure you're getting that a complete 100% absorption.
Yep.
That's awesome. Becky, thank you so much for sharing.